Hello everyone, welcome you all to this new video. So in my previous video, I had started with module 3 that is flip-flops and its applications. So actually I had not started with the concept of flip-flops. In that video, I had just given the basics of sequential circuits and some of the clock signals and triggering pulses which are required. Okay. So those things you need to be knowing before understanding these concepts of flip-flops. Okay. So those who have not watched that video, please go and watch it. So from this video, the actual syllabus starts that is related to flip flop. Okay, what do you mean by flip flop? Types of flip flops and its diagrams. Okay, so yeah, let us discuss that now quickly. First is flip flop. What do you mean by flip flop? A flip flop is a sequential digital electronic circuit having two stable states. Okay, that can be used to store one bit of binary data. So it is basically a sequential circuit. I've in the previous video I have already told you it is an example of a sequential circuit, but it is a sequential digital circuit, okay, which has two stable states that can be used to store one bit of binary data. Okay, there are two stable states. One is for zero stage and one stage, low stage and high stage, for storing any one bit of binary data. Okay, so the flip flops are the fundamental building blocks of all the memory devices. So this you need to be knowing. It is also called as fundamental building blocks of all memory devices. Okay, so this is the basic definition. If they ask, you need to be writing this. Now the types of flip flops. There are basically four types of flip flops. One is called as SR flip flop, JK flip flop, D flip flop, and T flip flop. Okay, so SR stands for set reset flip flop. Then we are having JK flip flop, D flip flop, and T flip flop. Okay, one by one we are going to be discussing each flip flops now in detail. Okay, so these things I guess in your lower classes we have already studied it. Just to brush up, it is very important. Okay, yeah. As I've told you, flip flops consists of a clock signals that you should not be forgetting. It consists of clock signals. The latch circuits does not consist of clock signals. Okay, so these are the examples for synchronous sequential circuits. Yeah. So first is SR flip flop. So this is the simplest flip-flop circuit. It has set input, that is called as S, and a reset input that is called as R. So when in this circuit S is set as active, the output Q would be high and Q dash would be low. Okay. But if R is set to active, then output Q is low, then Q dash is high. Okay. Once the outputs are established, the results of the circuit are maintained until S or R gets changed. Okay, so the values S or R, until they get changed, these operations of Q and Q bar would be happening simultaneously. Okay, either it would be either until it gets changed or the power is turned off. Yeah, so this is the basic definition and the circuit diagram of an SR flip flop. Okay, so you see here how the operation happens here. It consists of two NAND gates here and one clock signal which is given through it, and these are the signals Q and Q bar. Okay, this is the basic truth table here. You see here SR flip flop. So it consists of four combinations: 00, 01, 10, 11. I'll not explain this SR flip flop in detail because if I try to explain this by putting each by assigning each bits and all, I will be taking a lot of time. Okay, so this in the lower classes is already done to you guys. Just I am brushing it up. Okay, in case of SR flip flop, they are having four combinations. One is 00, 01, 10, 11. Okay, so we are having four states with respect to four combinations. When S is 0 and R is 0, the value of Q here would be 0. Okay, and when value of Q is 0, Q bar is also 0 because we don't have any complement of it, right? Yeah, so that's why it is 0 and there is no change. The state is no change. You see here Q and Q bar, there is no change, right? Whereas in case of 01, the output is 0 and it is in the reset stage. Okay, and when it is 10, the output is 1 and that is in the set stage. And when both the inputs are high, that is 1 1. So at that case, what you would be getting, you would be getting it as invalid stage because we won't be getting any answer here. Why? Because in order to get the answer in Q and Q dash, you need to be having the variable values. See here, for these two combinations 01 and 10, you would be getting 0 and 1 as the answer. Why? Because Q and Q dash would be complement to each other. But for the same input values, you won't be getting this condition, right? So that's why it is in the invalid stage or not affecting stage. Okay. So this is the truth table of the SR flip flop. I hope you understood it. Please note it down. Now let's get to the JK flip flop. Because of the invalid state corresponding to S is equal to R is equal to 1 at the fourth state in the SR flip flop, there is a need of another flip flop in order to avoid this. Okay, the JK flip flop, it basically avoids the final stage to be happening. Okay, this final essential essential state, that is 1 1, which is occurring in SR flip flop, that would be getting avoided in case of JK flip flop. Okay, so you see here, a JK flip flop is a type of 1 bit memory element having inputs namely J and K. Okay, one clock input and two outputs specifically, that is called as Q and Q dash. The JK flip flop is an improved version of SR flip flop which does not have any forbidden stage or invalid stage. So this is also called as forbidden stage. Okay, to avoid the forbidden or indeterminate state, the outputs of JK flip flop are fed back to its inputs. Okay, yeah. The JK flip-flop operates with only positive or negative clock transitions. The operation of JK flip-flop is similar to that of SR flip-flop, but when input J and K are different, then the output Q takes the value of J as the next clock edge. Okay, but when J and K both are low, then no change occurs to the at the output. But if both J and K are high, then the clock edge then at the clock edge the output would be in the toggling state. Okay, so what do you mean by toggling state? I'll tell you one by one. So this is the diagram and the truth table. You see here the diagram, it is similar to that of SR flip flop only, but we are having one additional connection J and K with one clock signal, and the outputs, from the outputs it is fed back to the inputs here. Okay, so you see here, from Q dash it is fed back to this J input, it is fed back to this J input of NAND gate, and from Q it is again fed back to the K input of this NAND gate. Okay, so this is the basic structure of a JK flip flop. It just avoids the forbidden stage which happens. Okay, so this is the truth table. These are the four combinations: 0 0 0 1 1 0 and 1 1. At the 0 0, it is same as that of SR stage, that is output is 0 and there is no change. At 0 1 the output is 0, it is in the reset condition. At 1 0 it is set, but in case of 1 1 it is in the toggle state, that is it would be changing 0 1 0 1 0 1 continuously. Okay, it would be in the toggle state or this state. Okay, continuously we would be having the pulse signal generated, on off, it would be continuously happening. So that state is called as toggle state. Okay, so there would be no forbidden stage in case of a JK flip flop. So hope this is clear. Now D flip flop. What do you mean by D flip flop? It is also called as a data flip flop. It is a 1 bit flip flop. Okay, uh, in a D flip flop, output can only be changed at positive or negative clock transitions, and when the inputs change at other times, the output will remain unaffected. Okay, when the input change, the output won't be affected. The D flip flop are generally used for shift registers and counters. Okay, so the basic function of D flip flops, they are basically used in the shift registers and counters, which we are going to see in the upcoming part of this module. Okay, so the change in output state of D flip flop depends upon the active transition of clock. That is, based on the clock signal, the output state would be getting altered and it would be changed. Okay, the output Q is same as input and changes only at active transition of clock. Okay, so this is the diagram of a D flip flop. It is given here. You see, it consists of only one single input D, and through this D, we are giving the not in order to get the other input, that is the values of D are either 0 or 1, right? So that's why in order to represent 0 and 1, it is given 1 for D and D bar. Okay, from one input only. From one input it is given through these two NAND gates with one clock signal, and here the two NAND gates are connected as that of SR and JK flip flops, and we are having Q and Q bar here. Okay, so you see at the truth table, it's very simple. Whatever the input you give, same would be the output. Okay, if the data input is 0, at the output stage it would be 0. If the data input is 1, at the output stage it would be 1. Okay, so this is the basic functioning of D flip flop. Whereas in case of T flip flop, toggle flip flop, it is completely different. So it is depending on output. That is, if the input is 0, output is 1, and when input is 1, output is 0. Okay, yeah. So a T flip flop, it is also called as a toggle flip flop, is a simplified version of JK flip flop. That is, the T flip flop is obtained by connecting the J and K inputs together, and the flip flop has one input terminal and one clock input. These flip flops are said to be T flip flops because of their ability to toggle at the input stage. Okay, it would be toggling at the input stage because we are using some of the characteristics of JK flip flops which would be taken from the output side. Okay, so that's why it would be in the toggle stage, and the toggle flip flops are mostly used in counters. Okay, so for in the counters they are used toggle flip flop. The counters also we are going to be seeing in the upcoming modules. Okay, that's why I thought to do this video, because in order to understand registers, counters, and all these flip flops are the fundamentals. Okay, yeah. This is the basic circuit diagram of a T flip flop. You see here again, it is a single input flip flop. T is given through different gates here, and this is the complete JK flip flop which is given here, Q bar, and one toggle is given through these AND gates here. Okay, so you see here toggle condition for Q and Q bar, that is the present state and next state. You see here when T is equal to 0, for q is t and q bar is t, but when t is equal to 0, when q would be 1 and q bar is 1, that is it would be varying with respect to the toggles obtained. Okay, yeah. So this is not so essential, but basically you need to be remembering for T flip flop is whenever the input given is 0, at the output stage it is 1, and whenever the input given is 1, at the output stage it is 0. Okay, so this you need to be remembering. This is not required. Okay, yeah. So some of the applications of flip-flops are, which I have already told you while the explanation, that they are counters, shift registers, and storage registers. Okay, so these in through these concepts we are going to be making dedicated videos. So yeah. So these were the four kinds of flip-flop, starting from SR flip-flop, JK flip-flop, T flip-flop, and D flip-flop. Okay, I hope this is clear to you guys. In the upcoming video, we are going to be discussing with the master slave SR and master slave JK flip-flops. Okay, yeah, so that is important. So don't skip that video. We'll see you in the next video. Okay, thank you.